I quickly got to know that flower better. On the Little Prince planet, there had always been some very simple flowers, adorned with a single row of petals, and which didn't take up any space or disturb anyone. They appear in the morning in the stars, and then they disappear in the evening. But that one had grown one day from a seed carried from who knows where, and the little prince had examined very closely this little sprig that didn't look like any of the other sprigs. It might have been a new type of boyaba, but the shrub quickly stopped growing and began to create a flower. The little prince, who was present as a huge button formed, sensed that something miraculous was beginning to come out from it. But the flower had not yet finished preparing herself to be beautiful in the shelter of her green chamber. She chose colors with care. She dressed herself slowly. She adjusted her petals one by one. She didn't want to come out all wrinkled like the poppies. She wanted to appear only in the full glory of her beauty. Ah, yes, she was very coquettish. Her mysterious toilette had lasted days and days, and then, all at once, one morning, just as the sun rose, she revealed herself. And having walked with such precision, she said, yawning, I've hardly awakened. I beg your pardon. My hair is still a mess. The little prince couldn't contain his admiration. How beautiful you are! Isn't it so? The flower sweetly replied. And I was born at the same time as the sun. The little prince realized that she was not very modest, but she was so sweetly touching. It is time, I believe, for breakfast, she soon added. Would you be good enough to think of me? And the little prince, all confused, having gone to look for a watering can with fresh water, served the flower. So that's how she had quickly begun tormenting him with her rather prideful vanity. One day, for example, speaking of her 4 thorns, she had said to the little prince, They can come, the tigers, with their claws. There aren't any tigers on my planet, the little prince objected. And, moreover, tigers don't eat weeds. I am not a weed, the flower sweetly replied. Excuse me. I don't fear tigers at all, but I have a horror of drafts. You wouldn't have a windscreen? Horror of drafts. That's bad luck for a plant, the little prince commented. This flower is really complicated. In the evening, you will put me under a glass globe. It gets very cold here where you live. It is badly laid out. There, where I came from. But she stopped herself. She had come in the form of a seed. She didn't know anything about other worlds. Humiliated at letting herself be caught in such an obvious lie, she coughed 2 or 3 times to make the little prince feel that he was the one who was in the wrong. That windscreen? I'm going to look for one, but go on talking to me. Still, she forced another cough to nevertheless make him feel guilty. Thus, the little prince, despite the goodness of his love, had quickly come to doubt her. He had taken seriously some unimportant words, and he had become very unhappy. I should not have listened to her, he confessed to me one day. You should never listen to flowers. You have to look at them and smell them. Mine fill the whole planet with fragrance, but I never know how to enjoy it. That story of the crowds that has so annoyed me ought to have touched me. He continued to confide in me. I didn't know how to understand anything. I should have judged her by her actions and not by her words. She enveloped me in sweet fragrance and brightened me up. I should never have fled. I should have sensed the tenderness behind her poor little cheeks. Flowers are so contradictory. But I was too young to know how to love her.